ditto a lot of what was just said. Demonstrating the civic engagement on some sort of issue related to what we work on. For a lot of the people who either work in the organization or for a lot of our members around the world, the primary starting point for them is usually social justice before environmental issues. And so, having that experience either in some way, like you said, through volunteering or being engaged in a local organization or working on an issue in the city that your city is dealing with or something like that, is really important because it shows that that people are really in it and really believe in what they're doing, and that's what is really pushing all of us forward. This isn't the kind of work where people go in and make a ton of money and get rich quick and have those sorts of motivators. You need people who are really motivated by achieving social justice and moving towards that, by having a clean environment, by protecting our ecosystem. So that, just demonstrating that in some way is critical. I just agree with what you both said. I've seen a lot of great, fantastically skilled people, but they just didn't look like the right match for organization because that experience wasn't there. Let's see, other skills are, a lot of the things that Martin talked about in terms of people skills. Really important. We work with a lot of different people. We're on the phone a lot. We do a lot of work by email, but we need to be able to work with each other well. And one of the things that we are really happy about is that as a team, we get along super well. Our organization is, I should knock on wood. We never fight with each other. We always get along. We're always happy with each other. We're always proud of each other. And so, having someone who's a real, clearly, when you meet them, really a team player, really invested in each other, is really important for us because, this is hard work, and sort of emotionally and psychologically. It can get really depressing. It can get really frustrating. You're fighting uphill battles a lot, in different advocacy work. And so, it's important to be supported and to be part of a team that really cares about what it's doing, cares about each other, and is willing to support each other. And so, having that come across in some ways is really important. In addition to that, having clear attention to detail. This is sort of, I feel sort of obnoxious saying it, but a very clear, well-written resume is golden. It's really important.
We'll get to that.
But it's not, it's that the thing is that I feel like we can get really stuck on that, and it's never enough. And I know that's really frustrating. As a job seeker, that's really, really frustrating because it's hard to break past resume and to get into the opportunity to get to talk to someone face to face. But having something that sort of stands out, but yet at the same time is, still shows that it's that you're someone who really pays attention to detail and doesn't have typos and things like that. It's really, I know that's obvious, but it's happened. I've come across it a lot of times, and in professional resumes, So other skills. I think on the communications stuff, we're explicitly looking for someone who has communications experience, and that in addition to online communications, we're also looking for someone who has worked with the media, or worked with reporters, really sold stories on these issues. And so communications in a really large sense is what I think is a really important skill in the nonprofit sector in general. A lot of times nonprofits turn to consultants to do that type of work, but it's also important for organizations to have that type of experience and focus in-house. So different types of experience in that field is really important. But a lot of us have only experience in or started out as researchers and then moved along there. So when we're looking for volunteers, for example, a lot of our volunteers are primarily doing research for us or helping us develop materials or publications, those types of things.